When working on a 10 to 15 year old Mercedes-Benz, I don't think there's anything more that breeds fear into the DIY mechanic than when you start talking about electronics. Oh, computers, oh man. But I'll tell you, there are some electrical things on these older Mercedes that are no different than, cars back in the 80s. And some of them are quite simple. We're talking like things like fuses, things that you can easily change yourself. Sure, they're electrical in nature, but they don't take a whole lot of diagnosis, and they're not complicated at all. And one of them, very dear to my heart, I see this over and over and over again. I don't care if it's a 1981 300SD or a 1991 190E or a 2001 420E, 430E. They are subject to the same problem. The only time in my life I've been stranded on the freeway driving a Mercedes-Benz is when this part right here failed. That part right there. $30 part, I'm going 70 miles an hour and the engine just quit cold. This is the voltage regulator. This is the little part that regulates the amount of voltage coming out of your alternator. This is your alternator. Very typical. These newer ones look a little bit different than the older ones, but they still have a regulator. And on these new ones, the voltage regulator is a little bit different in style, but it fits right in down behind this plastic rear cap. So if you own a 10 to 15 year old Mercedes-Benz, or you're planning to get one, this is something you need to think about. This should probably be on the 100,000 mile list. By the way, I'm currently working on a thorough checklist, a thorough maintenance list for these cars, and hopefully that'll be available in the future, but right now I'm still working on it. So replacing these is a little bit more difficult on these cars than, let's say, some of the cars back in the 80s. Some cars you have to replace, you have to remove the alternator to get this back cover off and to replace this part here. But I want to show you, I think I dodged a bullet, by the way, on this 2000 E430. It has 170,000 miles, and this could have left me stranded on the freeway very soon if I had not spotted this. This is a close-up of what the voltage regulator looks like. You can see one of the key components are these brushes. These are the wear points on these units. And this rides on the commutator inside the alternator, and it's designed to wear, because if the brushes didn't wear down, then the alternator would wear out. But look what happened here. These wore down so low, I guarantee in a very short time they would not be making contact with the commutator inside the alternator, and at that point the alternator will stop charging your battery. Look at the difference here. Here's a new one. Look at the difference in length between the worn brushes on this old one and the new one here. Now this car has 170,000 miles on it. I don't know any of the maintenance history on it. I assume that this may be the original regulator. You don't want to push it too long because I'm seeing quite a bit of wear inside the alternator. If you let these wear down and prolong replacing this part, it can cause excessive wear in the alternator. So I recommend every 100,000 miles that you replace this part right here. It's a very good preventative measure. By the way, I have my E430 here, and I'm in the process of changing motor mounts. So I've already got the car jacked up, and I thought, why not check the voltage regulator? And that's when we found this. So, if you're going to do motor mounts, that's about the same time that you should be doing a voltage regulator. So I'm going to recommend that you, consider those two jobs together, just because you've got the car up in the air and you've got a little bit better access. You can see here in this E430 that we can remove the regulator without removing the alternator from the engine. There's enough room to get down under the car, work in behind, and pull that back cover off and remove and replace this little voltage regulator. Now on other cars, like the E320 V6, it's, the alternator's further back. There's not room to get underneath. We have to remove those alternators. So if you're planning on doing this job yourself, we do offer voltage regulators and instructions, step-by-step instructions on how you can get the alternator out of the car and get it all apart and get the new regulator back in place. So that you should be able to do this yourself with the right part. They're not expensive. And if you need the additional instructions, just follow the link below in the description of my website and it'll take you right to that kit that we sell.